But instead of Angel going, just send Xiaohao, send Perukia, put them into the mixer. Let's see what they can do, and see how well that plays out for this EDG side. Vitality item, you can just one-shot leave. You can probably take Angel to about 10% HP at this stage as well. Renard, similarly, a Syndra that spikes very heavily on 1, 2, maybe even 3 items. And honestly, as the game gets later, Syndra's damage doesn't necessarily fall off. It just becomes much more difficult for her to find it successfully. And then the rest of EDG, for example, Kai'Sa scales to oblivion, Rise, same sort of thing, Rumble as well, very prolific in that lane, even one of them it looks like. They're going to see that they're live, and Smite will come through from Wei just to make sure that he steals one away, and I think steal is the apt name here. As you can see on the deploy, ZDZ went back out to mid lane, so he's going to look to try and help out on this fight with that equalizer as well. Leave, level 6, can rejoin this fight, and one route comes through. That's a killer instinct that can follow it up.
Lockdown on a Photic. He's going to have to Valkyrie back over the wall. Scatter the weak connects from Renard, and there's the all-out.
Ooh.
Nearly able to finish off Perukia, but that W is a hell of a drug. And
yeah, and nothing really lost on the other side of the map either. The biggest thing to talk about is one mid-wave gone as Leave.
The Forge God coming in.
Oh
no!
Tries
to flash, but gets caught by it anyway. And first blood to Photic.
Cloud Drake taken. You're not going to get that as a soul. There's a good chance that you roll something like a Hextech, something like an Ocean, something that we've seen be quite impactful as we move into these later stages of the game. So hopefully with a 2-0 advantage on this, they can start to put their foot to the floor and really extend the pace of this game.
Definitely. And that might be where EDG look to. I'm trying to make their first major move of the game, as they have kind of just accepted things as they've come here. Does get the root onto Renard, and that flash forward from Angel now going to port up Xiaohao, and that is going to be that gap close that they need to find the kill. It gets handed over to Angel on the Rise. First kill on the board for this scaling man in the mid lane.
As we look at the top side of the map, Angel is taking down, or trying to take down that turret as well. First brick easily falls for IG, and actually Angel not really anywhere close to taking that one down for being so aggressive.
Oh, Perukia getting in there. It's 1 versus 5 for the time being, as EDG are calling over reinforcements. Punted out is Xiaohao, so not going to be here to be able to smite contest the Rift Herald unless he works his way back here in pretty quick fashion. Perukia taken down below half HP. There's a nice equalizer layered across the team from ZDZ, but Cole, the Forge God, finds its way on a 3. Flash away from Perukia, throws on out the Solar Flare, going to force a flash back from Saburo, but nobody falling down here quite. They look to pursue this dive further. There is no Cole, the Forge God, for Saburo to start things off. He is going to find the knock up underneath the turret. Renard comes in with the unleashed power. Will be able to pick up one, but Saburo gets traded right back, and that kill credit goes over to ZDZ. Meanwhile, Jue getting caught out by Perukia, and Angel will be forced to flash back over the wall. A full assault on towards Dragon number 3. Not wanting to give this one up for free. They got all 5 members there, but a nice catch by Wei over the wall. Finds a big chunk out of Perukia, but they look for the fight regardless. Supreme display of talent from Wei to push them back, but it's finished off by the likes of the equalizer. ZDZ claims the first and only fight of the engagement so far, but Perukia is so low, going to pretty much have to leave this one for dead. ZDZ waiting over the wall. Angel coming in on the flank, but walks into 3 members. He's going to be the focus. Will fall down incredibly quickly, but it's a mid laner for mid laner trade as Renard is collapsed on by the remaining members of EDG on the opposite side. Xiaohao throws himself to the back line, gets the knock up onto Photic. The focus damage is enough. Leave with a killer instinct will take down his counterpart from IG, and Jue will be worked through next. EDG, it may not have been pretty, but it's a win for them.
Yeah, and that's what you're looking for as EDG here. If they can stop the Drake stacking, their chances in this game increase exponentially as it stops that soul coming through super early. It denies the early game aggression that IG were looking to put down. Sobero's going to TP up to this top side and find himself a turret, but it does not matter here, as that dragon stacking was so crucial to IG's win condition. Renard splits himself off. He goes down on the bottom side of that knuckle, and now top side they're fighting again.
Oh, 4 members onto Saburo, but he stands strong, finally falls down, but Leave takes a massive chunk on the backside, and now EDG may have overcommitted themselves. CC comes through from Perukia, but all the damage has to come from Angel. There's the equalizer. Jue, with nowhere left to go, poked by the wind, becomes lightning and will fall down to ZDZ's Electro Harpoon. At the end of the day, it is a 2-for-1.
But instead, has to stay out on the map, works his way up towards the Atacon that IG are just going to rip.
Yeah, I mean, EDG not quite sure that this is going down. They are on the move towards the area, but they have yet to throw down a scryer or anything of the sort. Xiao Hao probably going to find it once he steps into this tri-brush, but wisely recognizes it's dangerous to get in there. Now they realize it's going down, but it's too late. Otacon secured. Flash in from Perukia. Finds the solar flare to keep them in place, but he's just going to get melted down for it. Now Leave getting CC'd by Saburo on the opposite side. A great equalizer from ZDZ, though. Gonna melt down Wei and cut off the rest of the carries from IG to net a fight win for EDG. They get 3 members down. They port back over to mid lane, and they're gonna see just how much they can get for that Otacon sneak.
Okay, Perukia went a little bit too quickly there, but it baits IG in to stick around longer than they needed to. They got the Otacon. All they needed to do was get out there. Their resistances were drained. Their cooldowns were used onto the Otacon, and after that, EDG more than happy to try and take a fight after the fact. It means that the game is going to be stalled all too much for IG to really look to contest, but you can see it's EDG starting it up.
Yeah, Wave spotted as he sneaks his way into the pit. Here comes Call the Forge God. They're going to look for the engage to the backside, but punted out by the Poppy. Here comes ZDZ stepping forward into the stasis, just trying to torch him with the Flame Spitter. That's a secure on the Dragon for Xiao Hao. 1 for 1 so far, as Angel's the one who fell down in the trade, and actually IG still 5 members strong. Perukia getting pushed back away and will be finished off by Photic. EDG now realize they are outnumbered and outgunned, and they've got to get themselves out of here. A dash in from Saburo finds a knock up onto Xiao Hao, but here's ZDZ with the Flame Spitter damage. Only gets one before he falls out down, and now Photic on towards Leave. Leave doing his best to try to kite it out, but has to flash and bail. Leaves without getting much of anything, as in goes Saburo for the knock up onto Xiao Hao. 4 kills to IG, but they lose the Dragon.
Again, time not on their side, so these slightly more desperate plays needing to be made. Here comes Call the Forge God.
Knock up coming on through. Perukia going to be held down below half HP. In goes Xiao Hao, knocking them back away, and into the back line goes Leave, but he's punted away. But Angel just going to sub right in there and keep the fight going. In a 1 versus 3 situation, takes down one. Renard coming back to over and stay and finish him off, but not going to be able to do it. The stasis keeps him alive for way too long. And now ZDZ tags in, 3rd man in the ring to take down each and every member of IG that faces him down. Realm Warp in sends only Perukia to his death on the turret. He survives with a sliver.
Ward might just try to make sure that this Syndra can't do any steals, but it's Baron. It's 4 for EDG.
Try these fights while they're available to you, but Leave already working through the Dragon.
Yeah, and you can see Angel here trying to work his way through. He's got a super cone on the flank, but it's not going to be secured by Wei, and he's actually just getting isolated there. Now Perukia ghosting forward, wants to try and find a fight. I think that IG are going to be able to limp out to safety. EDG know that a fight at this stage isn't their biggest threat.
Keeper's Verdict going to end up coming on through. Already punted out Xiao Hao, but he's able to rejoin with the rest of the team. Angel comes in with the Realm Warp, but he's there on his own. Loses a ton of health. In comes the supreme display of talent, but Wei throws it in the wrong direction. Hits the wall and doesn't get onto any members of EDG, and now the follow-up fight. It's all EDG. Xiao Hao finds the knock-up on the Wei. Into the back line goes Leave, executing the mid laner. Moving on to top. Photic trying to retreat back away with the Valkyrie, but he is the last one alive from Invictus Gaming.
They're not going to be able to take down this mid lane, but look at what's happening down on the bot side. Leave getting funneled even more gold here, plus 700, 800 with the Krugs that are going to go his way as well. Take it down, but I even think through Seraphs and Azonias it's going to be tricky. As on live, Dway's caught.
And Xiao Hao will be taking him down. Now it's Saburo stuck 1 versus 4 underneath the turret, trying to stay alive with the redemption. Into the GA goes Xiao Hao, but he's going to be right back, and this time the Ornn's not going to be in his way. Photic has to retreat as the equalizer comes down, and this inner turret is not long for the world. EDG claim another objective, and IG are left scrambling.
And this is why we were saying that the IG composition needed to do slightly better and keep on pushing the pace of the game. Look at the damage now being put out by Leave, by Angel, as ZDZ just T-posing.
Getting in there with the stasis, and 3 members TP in off the Realm Warp. They're able to take down Wei as Jue steps forward. Photic and Renard right at his back. The health bars are low enough, but Renard just gets one shot by Leave. In goes Jue to try to hold him still, but he refuses to fall down, stepping forward as the GA procs, knowing that only Photic is left to stand against him. Leave winning out another team fight, playing on a knife's edge, and now able to dodge away for the call of the Forge God. Saburo flashing forward, going to be able to get the knock-up off the Searing Charge. Meanwhile, Xiaohao brawling with Photic. The equalizer not going to be enough. Win becomes Lightning connects, but Saburo finishes off a solo kill on to Leave, but he's just here to try to pad stats. This fight is already done and dusted for EDG.
2 inhibitors are going to fall, as it looks like Xiaohao's going to be able to take down the top lane inhibitor as well. Saburo tries as he might. Between Phase Rush, between Angel, and all of the damage that he's got, he knows. They're going to do a little bit of dancing, a little bit of fun. Finally take down the Ornn. Baron spawns in 1 minute's time. With so much work already done in the base. So much work already done for their composition. Jue.
Uh-oh, Jue. Going to get jumped here as Angel and Xiaohao were waiting in the corner, waiting in the woods to assassinate that support, and Jue going to be down now for 35 seconds.
Leave with the Jack Show and the GA, same for the top lane, same for the mid lane. It's also difficult, but IG, they see Kai'Sa on the Dragon. This is their time to attempt to flip the Baron.
The Dragon going to fall on down. This is the Chemtech Soul going over to EDG. Now, can IG sneak themselves a Baron to get something back? In there goes Perukia, but he's just one shot. Xiaohao now trying to fight for it on the backside, gets onto Jue. Meanwhile, isolated off on the other side is Renard. Angel trying to finish him off. Into the backline goes Leave, able to finish off Photic, and the Baron is successfully claimed by Wei, but it will cost him everything. 4 members of IG fall. Only Renard is left standing, and he is at a sliver of HP against 2 inhibitor super minion waves, and the entirety of EDG collapsing towards his base.
And he can try, he can fight, but you can just imagine that EDG are going to tear him down like they have the rest of his squad.
And there goes EDG, finishing what they started. Nice scatters from Renard to buy a little bit of desperate time, but EDG, as predicted, will walk away with the win.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.